my buddy.
Welcome to Surface Noise, the A-side.
Wow, and the perfect timing is I hear somebody outside my house with a giant muffler. Isn't that ironic? Nice and quiet all day, and then you get Fast and the Furious outside. Just let me know who's going on.
But was the muffler recorded in half speed audio?
DSD. I think it's a DSD muffler. Midas. I don't know if you've heard of Midas. Thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom. Don't worry, call the Midas man. Anyway, I'll let the room fill up. I see some familiar faces filling the arena. Big Chris. Chris, we got to work on it. Apparently, you got a channel name. I've picked up from your conversations with Spins that a channel is imminent. So I didn't shout you out specifically in my video because I was giving the channel people their props. So until we get you a channel name, you're just Big Chris. Because when I met you, you're a big guy. So Big Chris, we're going to put you in the low post like the Kembe. We got Brian from Fort Worth, Boot Traders, Vinyl Visits. Brian. And I think, is that the Zeppelin of Lead? That is your avatar, Brian? I like it. Got Andy G. Aloha, sir. Andy, good to see you. Representing the Il Nana. Vinyl Piper. I've heard of this guy. He just did a video where he walked through Hollywood Amoeba, and it was sad. Like, should have just been playing the sad music the entire time because those wall records, like when you've got two Tracy Chapman records as wall records, like it's hanging up. Up. Here we go. Some Sid Barrett. That's just for you, Vinyl Piper.
Yep, just for him. This is the 55th anniversary of it, so I was going to tape something before the stream, but I wasn't ready.
Ran out of time. Well,
Jason, is that the new Katy Perry record?
I hope so.
No, that's over there for you.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. Unfortunately, Kimbo is here. Kimbo says, I'm only here for the women. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I really tried to make diversity a hallmark on the presentation, but it's hard finding vinyl-loving women, except at WFMU, I ran into Amanda, who's somebody who I've been following on my private account. Sounds creepy, but it's not really. Before I did the vinyl community stuff. On my private Instagram account, which a select few people know, when I was following record people, this gal Amanda had an account, wearesmelly.com or something like that. And she was one of the first follows in vinyl related stuff on Instagram. And then lo and behold, years later, like literally saw her at WFMU. And I'm like, I totally know your face from somewhere. And here we are. So anyway, of course, on cue, Oroha's coming correct with the Katy Perry record that no one except Jose asked for.
For Kimbo.
Kimbo, this is as close as we're gonna get. This is it. It is the worst Katy Perry. Is there such a thing as worst Katy Perry record?
Oh yeah, it's the new one. It's always the new one.
It's always the new one. Jose, I did see she went to a taqueria. Did you see this? They like had to shut part of it down. It was wild.
She was the Katy Perry minute. So instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm going to do a tour in Mexico," she came here to say that she was going to be on tour, and she went on like the shittiest. It's like going to like what's that like Fox and Friends, some shit like that, and we were like making fun of her. It was so sad.
Gutfield. She was on the Greg Gutfield program. Is that what it was?
It looks like. Have you ever seen those videos of like American celebrities that go to like Japan and everybody's like speaking Japanese and they're like,
right.
It was exactly her, but people were like asking dumb shit, and it was weird. They were like sketches, doing like sketches with her.
And did you say that taco place was near your spot?
Yeah, they're from here.
So did you like run out there and try to get an autograph, or how did that go? No. Did you run out with that record? She probably wouldn't have signed it. I think she's ashamed of it.
No, I saw her signing stuff, but she was like up to a point.
Napkins. She's signing napkins and like taco wrappers and stuff like that.
No, people like with CDs and stuff.
Ooh, so they knew. So there was a little bit of pre-planning involved.
Of course, people know who she is. Yeah. But Well, I don't know how many millions of people live in Mexico City as well, but because she's there right now.
Hey, I'm gonna give so Katie Hudson, when she came out in her first CD. That's actually a very expensive CD. Is the Katie Hudson CD? Does anybody have that one?
No.
No.
You mean Kate Hudson?
I think it's under Kate. It's Katie Hudson, I think.
That's
You
her
mean-
original name.
Kate
Yeah,
Hudson, the
Hudson.
daughter of Goldie Hawn?
No.
But I think
No.
That's same name. But I think when she initially launched her career, Jason, if you come and pull out a Katie Hudson, see, okay, if you're going to come out with Katie Hudson CD,
from Katy Perry. I got it.
correct. So it's one T, and it's Katie Hudson, and it's
Yeah, but
she was
it
doing
looked-
like singer songwriter stuff, right?
It's like, do you know that Michael Jackson CD that's worth like a lot? You know that one?
There's no Michael Jackson CD that's worth a lot. There's like
Of
40
course
billion of them.
No. It was like a single or something. He's
Oxymoron.
dressed
Michael
like
Jackson CD
Charles
worth a lot.
Chaplin. No, for real. There's like he's
If
like
it's
dressed-
signed, maybe, right?
No. Like they didn't press, like they were gonna press it and they're like fuck that shit. It's Michael Jackson, right?
Well, Jose, it's time to get serious because there's nowhere else to go other than down when we're talking about the expensive Michael Jackson CD. This is Surface Noise. If you're here and have been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. And if you're here just to hate, you've got to figure out better things to do with your life. It's Concert Buddy at the ones and twos. I'm joined by some familiar faces and a new face to the presentation, but not a new face to the vinyl community. And I'm going to start there. This handsome devil is smarting after his Oklahoma Sooners out Mizzou in a game that no one wanted to win, but somebody had to win. And so I was thinking, we need to add some energy to the panel, and the least I could do, coming from the winning side, was offer a olive branch to the not winning side. It's Josh. He is the owner, proprietor, one-man shop, Hi-Fidelity Records.com. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was I don't know what to say about the game, man. It was. Yeah, I mean, it's the worst OU team in like 25 years versus what's supposed to be the best Missouri team. But they're not.
Well, we didn't have our quarterback. We had a guy who apparently played at Notre Dame somehow, but yet he had to jump on his tippy toes to throw the ball, and it really was who's trying not to lose this. There was 2 scoop and recovers, and anyway, it's not going to be on ESPN Classic anytime soon. But I wasn't going to say nothing. But then I saw Josh was posting those pro Oklahoma earlier in the game. Oklahoma was killing them. And I saw he posted on social media, he had a pro Oklahoma post, and I just had to give him the MIZ.
Hey, yeah, definitely. They played a good game, man. They deserved to win it, man. No doubt. It was a great game.
Against exactly what he said, against the worst Oklahoma team in generations. And I have to call out, Sports Talk does not work for all. This is my own device's audio channel. Clearly not impressed with sports ball. So we'll keep. Oh, and then Mazzy. I knew Mazzy couldn't wait to attack when we're talking about sports because Mazzy is a huge sports fan. Huge Katy Perry
just
fan.
look at these jugs. Look at these jugs, Mazzy. Go.
So let's go
Mastered
around the
by
rest.
Bernie Grunman. There you go.
Bernie Grundman. I hear he's an emerging mastering engineer. And then Jose Moreno-Ron. Jose, fresh from Katy Perry being in the area. How are you doing? Are you recovering?
Good. The gentrification was like all-time high when we were around.
Was that the most white people that have been in your area in decades? It probably was. Is that safe to say?
Probably. They bring in their worst singer-songwriters or whatever.
And then it was like Thriller. It was like they were coming out from the sewers. Here come the gringos. Here we go. Yeah.
They're not bringing their best. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not their best. And then you've seen this guy here before. I just saw him in person, in the flesh, a week or so ago. It's Arnaldo. The channel, if you don't know, Fidelios_frequency. Arnaldo, good evening.
Good evening, Concert Buddy.
And then I'm just gonna call him Mr. 4K. I used to call him like the villain, the bad boy, the VC, but now he's got some new tech, and so he's going for a rebrand. I think he's got some smoking hot records behind him. He's going a different camera angle. I think he said he did some dumpster diving for equipment. The channel is the Jason Rojas channel. Jason, what's a good word?
Thanks for having me on, Concert Buddy. I'm just a nervous guy, holding hot records, and now we're in 4K. So, feel it, feel this burn, VC,
Wow.
feel it.
Wow. You're just rubbing the 4K you're rubbing our noses all in that 4K.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's sexy. Yeah.
Shout out real quick before we get started in the program. I want to shout out JBL Frank. He was not feeling well, so we missed seeing him at the WFMU extravaganza. So Frank, I do hope you're feeling better. I took all the good hip hop records that you had to see in my video. I know you saw it. You had to see me just taking that heat. But I just did it in tribute. It was really in tribute to you because I probably would have been focusing on, like Katy Perry records or maybe some Britney records because, that's what I got to do. But then you weren't there, Frank. And I was like, you know what? For Frank, I'm just taking all this hip hop heat. So thank you. And you're welcome. All right. So topic number one, it's like crossfire. Topic number one. Actually, I think the first piece of this news dropped, I think last week, right before the B-side, but we didn't really cover it. I sent it to Spins, but the whole show was kind of caked and baked at that point. But Verve, the jazz label, announced a subscription model, a music club. And then not too much longer after that, we got the big news about the Tone Poet Society. I don't know if you need to get a tattoo. I don't know if there's a blood ceremony or a blood oath required to join, but there's some more subscription or curation businesses in the mix. And obviously, we've been a big champion of this little tiny company called Vinyl Me Please. You guys have heard us just beat them up like Sugar Ray Leonard. So we're not going to do that, but it's a crowded field out there. And I thought this would be a good topic to start. And Josh probably did some homework on this. I think he did. So Josh, what are your first impressions to see these two labels, these two jazziers kind of enter this space of saying, give us your money and we're going to send you something every month? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think, part of it is a response to the market right now. We're obviously, with the market is corrected, right? So the people that were buying multiple copies to flip, people that weren't buying them to listen to, they were buying them to, as collectibles, right? Well, those people are all gone now, right? So you can't press 10,000 of these titles anymore because those people, have dried up. So, this is the way that they can continue to do this by making it kind of more of a boutique, sort of thing, for folks like us. Because, no matter it's a niche market, right? I mean, there's only so many people that are going to spend $40 and $50 on a record. So I think this is their way of saying, hey, we want to still make these records because we know you guys are out there and we want to give you what you want, but we need some of your money that we can use.
We want your money. We want your money, please.
Yeah, because that's how it works. They get all of the subscriptions, and they use part of that money to finance the pressing and so on and so forth. And so, hey man, I'm glad, and I hope people do. I hope people subscribe to it. I hope you buy the singles. Otherwise, we might be buying Katy Perry records for forever. And
that would make Jose extremely excited because, as we just learned, he is a huge, huge Katy Perry fan. Now, Arnaldo, with this news has come out, kind of looking at some of the prices here, and when I was looking at Verve, it's a very similar kind of price point as our friends in Colorado, where they're basically going, if you want to do a month to month, it's $47 for a record. Right? Did you see some of this pricing? So then they obviously the more you pony up, you want to do 3 months, it's $45 a month. 6 months, you save $2 a month at $43 a month. And then if you pay in advance, checks in the mail, it's only $41 a month. So Arnaldo, since you've got some money freed up after your divorce from Vinyl Me Please, I know jazz isn't exactly your thing, but just holistically, is this something that would appeal to you if it was the right product and it was something that held appeal for your musical tastes?
If I was more into jazz, probably yes. I really like the Tone Poet series a lot. I think they're well done. But the commitment for that type of music, that genre, isn't for me. But I'm sure there is an audience. There definitely are a lot of jazz lovers that probably find the idea, if they don't have the records already. That's the problem. When you get into a subscription where a company decides what you're going to be listening to, right? That you're not choosing beforehand with your money what you're buying. It comes down to, okay, how many of these records are they going to reissue that I already have a good version of, or I may have the original of? So there's your same, like, you're falling into that vicious circle. Okay, again, the credit, the swap. Oh, now I got to flip this because I already have it.
A lot of work, right? Yeah.
Right. And then there's going to be the deadline. Oh, I forgot. Now I'm stuck with this record that I have already.
I hear you. I mean, I think, and in principle, I think the idea of just a pay and let it bring it, because I think that's how I started with Vinyl Me Please. Again, not bring up sore subject, but years ago, I like the idea of being exposed to new things. And then over time, if you figure out if that kind of curation of their style or their tastes is for you, and like you said, you can kind of duck in and out and all that sort of thing. I'm with you. Like with jazz, like I like jazz, but I'm not a big jazz head. I know there's, and I've seen some other videos kind of talking about this. I know there was a live stream last night on the Wax channel. They talked a lot about this. I know that I think the Spins talked about the kind of the Tone Poet lineup for 2025 at WCB. So the people who know jazz in the community have already taken a big bite of this.
Right. But and Music in the House put it really clearly. I think I didn't see the entire schedule, and I don't know if it's the entire year. Are they telling you for the entire year what you're getting?
So that's
I only saw the first month or the first couple of
so the Tone Poet Society, not to be confused with the Dead Poets Society. That's why we had Robin Williams on the thumbnail. Shout out to the goat. Look at Jose coming with the knowledge. I like it. So to your point, Arnaldo, so on their website right now, I guess I could share this. That would probably be a little bit more inviting than me just staring off into space. Let's do this real quick, because we're a high-tech operation around here. So to your point, Arnaldo, they did, for at least the Tone Poets piece, they did talk about this month's titles. And again, these are, if you're into jazz and these strike your fancy, knock yourself out. But I'm like a very, again, like casual jazz guy. I'll make this bigger. Look at this. So you've got the Jazz Crusaders Tone Poet Vinyl Edition, and you got Andrew Hill Grassroots, also called the Tone Poet Vinyl Edition. Awesome.
So they only announced the first two, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So then.
And will these be exclusive to the club, or?
Well, this is raising a point, because it looks like those are just part of the club, but then they have one exclusive. And I know, let's go all the way back up here to the top, folks. They have these different kind of exclusive. So this is, there's a lot of options. And I think this is probably a good move, because some people may be kind of passively interested in this. But so you have an exclusive, you got the different pricing. I did notice, though, that regardless of the pricing tier, even the cheapest of the cheap, if you pay for if you pay $743.52, don't forget the 52 cents there on the Tone Poet piece, you're saving $192 a year. And this is always my favorite, free shipping. So my question is it really free? Because you're paying. But no, I mean, a lot of the titles I've experienced with Tone Poet is, if you wait a little bit, you can get them for $27 eventually, at retail, sometimes $24, depends on the title, right? So,
and then there's sorry if I interrupt. Then there's always a question about the exclusive. How long will it be exclusive? Is it the limited edition concept that we've gotten accustomed to? That maybe 2 years from now, then it won't be exclusive anymore.
That's a really good question, because I think it's like our friends at Rhino. It was exclusive until it wasn't exclusive, right? And I think that
limited until it wasn't limited.
I'm sorry. It's all about the way you,
of course,
use the words, right? But yeah, so that's a fair point, Arnaldo. I don't know enough about it to know if they'll pull an Audible, because this is coming from Universal, right? I don't know if they'll pull an Audible and then make the exclusive no longer exclusive, but at least they're starting out. And this one they're going to have for the first exclusive release is Walter Davis, the Davis Cup. Jazz people, tell me if this is a good one. I don't know, but it says limited to 1,000 copies, individually numbered.
As opposed to individually numbered mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. And then this is
one. Every number is individual from 1 to 1,000, right?
Sure.
You can't have 2 number 50s or 2 number 101.
But this is the one I had the question about, Arnaldo. Is Tone Poet Society exclusive gold foil stamp. So is this a proprietary gold foil? Is it just a logo? Like this excites me because anytime you hear the word exclusive, then that kind of stirs the collector part of my brain. But what does that mean? I have so many questions.
Well, you can join and find out.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. Like I said, I'm a passive. Jason, I know you're just ready. I know you're probably. Did you already join both of these? Where do you stand on these subscription things?
Concert Buddy, I was banned from the Tone Poets Society because I made fun of Kevin Gray too much. Okay, so I'm not going to get any promos like Mazzy is. So I'm out.
Oh, no,
I'm out.
God,
Audiophile Jazzbos, I'm out. Jazzbos, I'm out.
Oh no, you just couldn't hold it in. You just couldn't hold it in. Unbelievable.
Go for the OG.
Yeah, but hang on. I'm gonna do counterpoint. Go for the OG. These jazz OGs are expensive as shit, and that's assuming that you can find one. This is where I'm gonna come to bat. Reissue people, clip this off. I'm coming to bat for the reissue people because I would rather pay $38 on the high end, $38 for a record that I don't know a lot about, but I'll try, versus $380 that some of these, especially the Blue Note stuff, especially the old New York logo, like you got to have the decoder ring with all the different label kind of hierarchy, all that kind of stuff. It's a cost sensitive thing for somebody like me. I'll give them that. But is it cost sensitive enough to join a roaming gang of reissue clubbers? I don't know. Jose, I know how much you love jazz. But even outside of these two enterprises, and I will say this, from the extensive research that I did into this, both of them are being pressed at RTI, which also probably tells me something because RTI probably has some open capacity now that our friends at the Mobile Fidelity have moved to their pressing plant. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the program. But there's open capacity, so I think this comes right, and this comes at a nice time for RTI. I find that very interesting. But Jose, I know how much you love jazz. I know how much you love paying for something that someone else picks for you. You're not even a vinyl me pleaser, right? It's like, where do you stand on subscription models as a whole?
Well, I actually do like jazz. It's just I don't like the boring type of jazz. But I will say that I'm looking at so there's quite a bit of titles already announced, right? Till December of 2025.
Yeah, I believe Chris mentioned in that they announced everything. I think this year.
Like I think this is it's like 2,500 like limited to 2,500 people. I just think that you have to be a very huge, open-ended, not very much that long ago into jazz to really take advantage of this. Because, for example, I see that list, and the only one that I would like is the Don Cherry one. And that comes out in September.
You're talking about the title that everyone's talking about, Complete Communion.
Yes.
Complete Communion. Yes.
Yes. So that's September of 2025. Fuck, like, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive at that point. So, you're
not getting the 1 year in advance is what you're telling us, Jose. You're not paying the full
No, but I will say, like, 2 records a month, even with the year subscription, which is $30 a pop, that's $60. I don't know if including shipping. I think that you have to be a really, really mind focus on jazz. Because I'll say, like, if you only buy jazz, $60 a month and you get 2 titles, that doesn't sound bad at all. You know, if that's the sort of music you wanna buy, that's pretty cool. I guess you can buy it now, and it's you have your whole run. You get
And then try later.
yeah.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna say it, Arnaldo. You just got
Wow.
that one.
But I'll say for now, the only two titles that I see of the Verve ones are the Coltrane and the Nina Simone one. Those look nice. I don't know if Jack White is gonna press them to shit, but
Oh no, again, RTI. You said RTI.
Oh,
I didn't even want to touch the Jack White elephant in the room, the Jack White jazz titles, and what a disaster center.
But even if I think Verve has potentially more interesting titles for me, it's just that Blue Note. I would be interested if Blue Note did like late 70s, early 90s, mid 90s type releases, like stuff that was never pressed originally on vinyl. There was like CD only, cassette, blah blah blah. I would love that because there's some stuff that I actually do like. But my problem right now is like I think that it's like when you watch The Simpsons, right? Bart is the same year every episode, every season, every episode, the same fucking age, and that's how I feel with these subscriptions. It's like they keep releasing the same fucking years, the same type of artists, and instead of like growing with us and like learning new artists, it's just like the same 6 to 8 artists being repressed. So I would just be like, you know what? If you're a jazz head, again, I think why is everybody always thinking I'm high? I just think that in general, if you're a jazz head, that's pretty great. If not, I wouldn't touch it with a. But
well, Jose, we got some. I think we got some fellow like-minded people in the gallery. We got as a new friend, Trevor Preston says enough with Blue Note. There's more to jazz.
Not an AI photo.
That's not an AI photo. Come on.
What are you talking about? He works for Blue Note, don't you know?
I looks like a legitimate person since 2011. So Trevor, continue to participate, and we'll give you a wrench. We have a strong vetting process through here because we've had some ruffians, some transients, and some gypsies that come through here pretending to be people. Now, Jose, Kimbo is back with a vengeance. He said, "I'm holding out for the Aurora Records subscription service." Is that something that Aurora Records is going to produce? Because as a vice president of logistics, I haven't heard any of this stuff.
Well, you know what? It will be interesting to do experimental. There's labels that sort of do that. I wouldn't. It's not a subscription, but I will say that I think that Verve non-jazz records would be more interesting.
Well, this is a good question. Not to cut you off, Jose, but I'm cutting you off because Richard S. had a really good one. I had to start. I'm going to open this up to the panel. Josh, maybe you want to take this one first. Better question. What labels should be doing subscription services? And I say this because, Josh, you and I share a common theme because Rhino did the Rocktober, Stone Temple Pilots. I think it was album number 4. And then I think they did Shangri-La. And thankfully, I already have copies, but I saw what you said online and you were not impressed. So what labels just top of mind do you think should be doing something like this?
I mean, right off the top, why not Rhino? Why not make a hi-fi club? I mean, and I think it's great. They have a huge library of stuff that they can pull from. And, I think you're going to see more and more of that. I think, because they're in the game now and they're kind of cutting out like people like Analog Productions and Mobile Fidelity and stuff. I don't see any reason why they couldn't get in that game. And once again, that gives them more money up front to finance everything. And, maybe we do start getting some stuff that we really want. And I think we will, but to go back to Jose's point, when he was talking about, well, why are they keep giving us the same stuff? Well, they're scared to give us anything different. It just costs so much money to, all the way through from the beginning to the end of a production of a vinyl record. They're just not going to take the risk on something they don't know is not a slam dunk without having a little scratch up front, right? So that's kind of the way I see it. But yeah, Rhino would be a great one.
So, and I want to shout out Louis Gold, the homie. I'm going to steal his comment. He said this yesterday on the Wax Show. He made a very valid point, because for a big label, and using Tone Poets and Universal as an example, it's not a lot of startup costs for them to open up a website. It's not a lot, to your point, Josh, it's not a lot for like safe titles for them to go repress, get that all going, the licensing they already have, etc. And then if they can get maybe 15%, we were talking about 10%, like in CPG world where I live in my private life, if you can get 5 to 10% retention on like a new product, conversion on something that's brand new with your existing base, that's a win, right? So even if, I know they threw out the number yesterday, 15%, I mean, this is something, to Josh's point, that like you've got the cars in the garage, you just got to lift the door. There's not a lot of effort. So Arnaldo, since you work for a label, what would you think about other labels getting into this subscription game? Because, you know, this business is like a lot of other businesses, copycat business. So do you think that there is an appetite for other labels to potentially go down this path?
Well, I think you have to have, like Josh was saying, you also already have to have the infrastructure, like the distribution that can handle it, right? And like, for example, Tone Poet already has a website that on which they sell their titles. So it's probably less of a stretch for them to just open up the door and say, we're going to do a subscription service. But Sony, I haven't seen anything, and they're probably one of the largest labels. Universal has the Collective, right? The Universal Collective.
Yes.
Is that what
it
it's
was
called?
Interscope, right?
Yes, Interscope. They started.
Yep.
And for me, it was a bit of a disappointment. It's only the novelty. They're only curating the novelty and the rarity of the variant and the cover, and their titles that are available, right? They're not making them. I know there are a lot of 90s titles. I don't think they've and afterwards in 2000s, but I could see why Tone Poet want to do it, because for that type of audience and for what their narrative is to produce high quality product for people that are diehard fans. Otherwise, you're going to end up being a Columbia House or a BMG Direct, right?
Warm in my heart with those names. I can't tell you how many 12 for a pennies I got back in the day. That was the only record club that you could do as a child that they didn't really screen. Like you get those cards out of the magazines. I mean, I'm sorry, the olds are showing their age here, but remember, you could just pull that out and fill it out, and next thing you know, you could use like aliases. They did no checking whatsoever. It was brilliant. But God forbid if you didn't pay them. They had some of the most, they're like Boba Fett of collection agencies. They will get you. They will keep calling. Is Mr. Mike Hunt available? Because he owes us $18.98. They are ruthless.
Right, and then you had the mailback postcard.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that incredible that they relied on snail mail to find out if they had to send out a title? Not even an email. I mean, that were really sophisticated. All you got to do is just click a button. I don't want this selection. But in this case, for example, for Vinyl Please, they got your money already, so you can switch it to another selection. I don't remember how Columbia House worked. Would they bill you if you declined?
I think there
was a commitment. You had to have a year commitment.
You had to buy one. There was different levels. You had to buy one, and then it was either you chose or they would send you one. Like they had one like on autopilot.
But within a year, you still would have to buy at least 5 titles, if I'm not mistaken.
There was something.
They're just not going to give you 12 records for a penny, because they've already figured out what the base the cost is going to be for 12 records, and that's when they came up with the number. I think it's either 5 or 6. Yeah, well, Norman says 12 months worth. I think it was a little bit less after.
I thought it was like 5. I think it was a small commitment.
I think it was 5, because I never joined when it was records. I only joined when it was CDs. So I think it was maybe 5 or 6 in the year.
Yeah, but boy, if you didn't fill out that card or choose one of your own, you're going to get Paula Abdul Shut Up and Dance, the remixes. You're gonna get some really just rancid stuff that literally nobody wants. Like, I mean, it was so, and then it comes to you, and then good luck sending it back. Like, talk about a production.
Well, when I was doing it, and this is we're talking late '90s. That's the first time I subscribed.
Sure.
I think I only once got the record that I didn't want because I didn't send back the card in time.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my man Harry. Harry's Music Room's here, and I think he's got it right on the number. Get 12 free and buy 6 in the next 12 months. I feel like that was the number because it was math even my 12-year-old brain could compute. But then, like I said, I kept giving them these fake names. But God forbid if I was dumb and left my phone number on there calling, and mom's like, who the hell? It's like Moe's Bar. Hey, is Mike Hunt here? Looking for Mike Hunt. Is Mike Hunt? No. What a time to be alive. Now the Rev, I'm actually thinking about converting in the new year, Rev. So I need to get some pamphlets from you on the Church of Elvis and Latter-day Saints. He said there's also a controversial subscription service called Spotify. Check it. No exclusives though. No exclusives though.
Well, they do press records. Spotify, I don't know if they keep doing it, but they used to press records.
Yeah, they do like Spotify exclusive.
They just get exclusive variants, which nobody knows about until they're sold out.
Yes, but the Rev did say no exclusives, and that was literally what.
I think we got some fact checking going. So now, friend of the program, Disco Devil said, and this is a hot take. So I need a siren sound effect. Says vinyl subscriptions are stupid. Just press the fucking record and sell it like normal. I like this. If it sells out fast and secondhand prices become insane, then press more. This ain't rocket science. I mean, that's spoken where I think the masses could understand that, and some of these decision makers could follow suit. But everybody's got to be cute. Everybody's got to come up with something. Everybody's got a boss. And if you can bring your boss at the record label this idea of a subscription service, and it's going to cost us next to nothing to put up a website, and if we can get 5% of our existing customer base to buy in, here's your return. That person's getting a corner office by the end of the year. That's just how these things work. But, oh, no. Terry, I'm sorry. Terry says there will be no Paul Abdul slander tonight. No, it's not slander. Paula was my crush. Paul Abdul, Drew Barrymore. I had a very limited crush arsenal back in the day when I was a Columbia House member. And so that is not slander, my friend. That is a shout out to one of the pop divas out there.
And I hated her when she was on American Idol.
Well, she did do some damage to that reputation on the American Idol. There's no doubt about it.
I'll say that there are labels such as like Waxwork Records. They do like a yearly subscription.
They do, yeah, and they do variants for subscribers too. They'll have standard title, standard art, but then they'll have a color variant. Plus, you get like a little bonus, right? If you do the full year, right?
Yeah, you get some other stuff. You get like discounts on non. So what they do is like they normally think of like 6 to 12 records that are like already they know they're gonna get pressed, blah blah blah, and they get like.
And these are usually soundtracks, right? Just to be clear, people are familiar.
Soundtracks, yes. Waxwork Records. They're pressing records now, by the way. They pressed Dylan Novel Records' first release. They pressed it at their manufacturing facility, and but I think that's nice because it's something very niche. I think it's like 1,000, but like that's how they can buy all the raw materials because they're pressing the records themselves now, and tell them like, hey, these are the records. And I think it's nice knowing like the full extent of what you're getting, plus all this stuff, and you're going to get it for cheaper. I think that's pretty great. Everybody gets it a little bit before. Everybody gets. And no one here cares about color variants, but most people that buy soundtracks or Waxwork Records, they do. So it's good that they're getting something that otherwise they couldn't get. And with a label like that normally has like stuff that goes up in price, like that fucking Friday the 13th. Have you seen that one with the blood?
Oh yeah, the lenticular cover. I was just processing some of those today in my collection. Matter of fact, yes.
No. There's a Friday the 13th, the first movie with blood in the middle. It's a liquid field.
There's only 75 of them that survived. They made 125 were destroyed. Yeah, they have liquid, and that's a $3,000 record now. I could trade that for Jason's turquoise there if I was lucky enough to have one. Yes.
So I think it's not that bad to have like stuff like that, but once every label starts doing it, I get a little annoyed because they're really. For example, I was reading the Tone Poet Society perks, right?
Sure.
I don't know if you read them, but like,
tell me.
Tier number 1 says Tone Poet Society welcome package with an exclusive Tone Poet Society merch item. It could be like a fucking sticker. And a hand-signed note from Blue Note president Don Was and Tone Poet Joe Harley. I don't know. I don't know if I could justify it. Quarterly drawing from a Tier 1 member to have a 15-minute video call with Joe Harley. That's like... I mean,
that's a value add one way or another. I mean, especially if you like this stuff, right?
It's 1,000 people, I think, or 3,000 people. So imagine the guy that wins it. It's just a guy that's like in fucking, I don't know, like working out of a pyramid scheme.
Now come on! I think
whatever the fuck he's working at, and then he's like,
he's been burned too many times today. Come on, this is like Joe Harley. We're not going to take any Joe Harley slander here. Come on.
He's like Herbalifing the fuck out of someone, and then he's like, "Oh fuck it, Joe Harley for 15 minutes. Hey, Joe Harley, you want to buy?"
I want to sign Waz 8x10 by Don Was.
I think that's reasonable. I think, and Don seems like a nice guy. I'm sure that he would accommodate. I mean, these are the things that.
But the Chef's Kiss is a one-time use 30% code.
It's 15.
Well, yeah, that one was
tier one.
They're just cleaning out the ashtray. They're just cleaning out the ashtray at that point, just trying to throw it into make this a perceived value.
Can you imagine like paying like how much is it? 30 times 2, 60 times 12, and you getting like a 30% discount code. Nice.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out. I know we tried doing the Kindness Corner and it kind of fell off. I'm going to do Kindness Corner right now because Richard S. is here. And Richard S., first he said this comment, remember when Netflix actually sent DVDs? I do. I think that was back to our subscription Columbia House conversation. But Richard just hit 100 subscribers, and I want to give the man a shout out, and I want to give you his channel. I'd encourage you to check out his channel and subscribe. We don't have the following of the morning show, but we do have some dedicated vinylists. So Richard, congratulations, and keep doing what you're doing, sir. We need more of that in the community. So Kindness Corner is brought to you by Hi-Fidelity Records. Hi-Fidelity Records just did a wonderful drop, did you not, Josh, today with some new stuff to the website. Tell us some of before we go to the next topic, tell us some of the hot heat that is now found on HighFidelityRecords.com.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the shout out for sure. Thanks for having me. Man, quite a bit of stuff, quite a bit of, classic records. In fact, I've just got in today, I put on the website tomorrow, a complete classic record Zeppelin run. So it includes The Song Remains the Same, the BBC Sessions box set as well. So you'd be able to, if you're somebody who's like, man, I don't want to track all these singles down. I just want to just buy the whole collection and get it over with. You
got them.
That'll be on there. We have a lot of cool, rare Speakers Corner, like the Yellow Brick Road Speakers Corner, which is super rare. J.J. Cale Naturally Speakers Corner is on there. If you haven't heard that, that'll blow your socks off. When I was up in Maine visiting Danny Kaye, we actually shot that out with an original Superman label, Shelter, J.J. Cale Naturally, and it's a great sounding record, the original, but man, the Speakers Corner is just
something else.
JJ's in there with you, baby. He's in there. So that's for sure. But yeah, man, just visit the website, put up a bunch of new stuff. I'm bringing in another collection from Michigan that should be here in the next week or so. It's going to have a ton of quality originals. So yeah, man, I'm just building up the website so I don't have to be like Arnaldo and deal with Discogs BS.
Oh, man. Hey, we're going to hear that story later. I made an executive decision, Arnaldo, in the freestyle. I want you to share with the masses what you shared with me intimately when I was in New York. But I want to welcome, filled out the dais, Harry. Harry, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. Last time I saw you had these like pickleball goggles or something. You were like playing racquetball.
Cataract surgery was successful.
Beautiful. How you been, man?
Good. I just, when we were talking, you guys were talking earlier about having to return the card for Columbia House.
Yep.
When they went to CDs, that was the time period that I was running my used record store. And if you got that, they would send you the CD. If you didn't want it, you just took it to the post office and they'd send it back. But the post office didn't send them back. All they sent back was the card. They would crush the jewel case and toss them. And I had one of my regular customers was a dumpster diver at the post office. And he would bring me all these CDs, whatever the CD of the month was. I remember when it was Santana Supernatural. He brought in stacks of them. And, of course, all the jewel cases, and I'd buy them for like 50 cents a piece. And I just have to put new jewel cases on them. But they did not send those back. So I found that interesting.
Yeah, well, now knowing what we know now and how cheap it is to mass-produce CDs, it would make sense. But back at the time, I mean, if you didn't send that card back, they were quick to throw you an $18.98 charge plus shipping. Like, again, bounty hunters. Like, Columbia House didn't play. Like, that's how they made their money.
Well, that's all. That was the only story I wanted to interject there. So,
well, Harry, since you're here, like before we switch topics, subscription services, does this have any appeal for you? Like, I know, not even talking about the jazz piece, but just in general, if somebody said, "Hey, we've picked out these titles that we think you would like," your response would be what? Fly kite?
Well, the problem is I have most of those, because they're going to be reissues, and I have most of these things already. So, I mean, I did Vinyl Me Please because I like what they were doing, but then I quit doing that too. I do like Run Out Groove. Are they even doing anything anymore?
So that's a good point, because Run Out Groove had a great concept. They would actually crowdsource like 3 titles or something. I remember the Baby Huey was one, and they'd let people vote months in advance, and then that would bring the one that they chose to put in the print, and then you would, opportunity. I think if you voted for it, you get a discount, right? So we need more of this. We need more fair elections in our record collecting game.
I don't know if Run Out Groove is still doing it. I haven't seen a new.
No, I think they changed that. I don't get those emails anymore, Harry. That's a good point.
Wasn't the last one Superfly? That was the last one I remember.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
What a family friendly comment Mazzy's putting in the chat.
Oh no, Mazzy, what is happening? Oh no. Mazzy says Run Out Groove dissolved. Rebo is continuing with the Monkey series. Rebo.
Dude, definitely not that
Mazzy, you just visited those guys. Those guys are getting really upset that they wined you and dined you, and then you come back with Rebo. Come on, what are you doing? Where's the return of investment, man? Come on.
I just want to say before we cut this topic, I'm waiting for the MoFi DSD Daddies Club. So, DSD all the way. Make it, make it happen. Please, DSD Daddy.
Album. Yeah.
Well, I will say that Weezer's Blue Album is more interesting than 85% of the shit Analog Productions do. But
Jose, we're not trying to make enemies, Jose. We're not trying to make enemies.
Oh man, Jose.
We've already been blackballed. Listen, there's been
if I ever see another Stevie fucking Ray Vaughan reissue, I'm gonna.
Who's the king of reissues, though? The king, absolute king, better than anybody. Who does more reissues of his catalog than anyone?
Yeah, he did.
Garth Brooks.
Oh God,
he's got another one out now.
Well.
Garth was an American hero. He was like on the short list to get a bronze and wherever they bronze these people. But when he came out with that Walmart fiasco, that box set that was limited but wasn't limited, and then you can get them at Dollar General, everyone, for $18 or $8, and then they're showing up at my local record shows like it's some kind of great thing. Like, oh no. Yeah. So Garth, again, you did the Paula Abdul, you did the American Idol Paula Abdul move, where you just took your legacy and you just tried to make people. You were like the subscription service. You just couldn't leave well enough alone, and then you just hit us with it. It's unbelievable. All right. Well, we've killed this.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to come up and share.
It's good to see you. I'm glad you popped in. And again, sorry about the hoops, but we would throw out the link, and then we get some of these ruffians and the
I understand.
Bleach Boys would come and harass. So we've got tighter controls. But good to see you.
Okay. Good night, everybody. I'll be in the peanut gallery.
Sounds great. Take care, bud. All right. So now that we have been blacklisted on these subscription services, because that's what we do around here. Sorry, Josh, if they blackballed you from the Verve series.
they're like holding like every record with your name right now, Chance.
Well, Elliot's here, and Elliot has a good point. He says you underestimate Dollar General at your own risk. Well, that's true, because Dollar General is when I think of great reissue country records, I automatically think of that yellow sign in a rural area when I'm going and getting reissue news.
I bet you in 2 years you're gonna walk into a Dollar Tree or something like that, and there's gonna be that fucking Adele 30th in the fucking racks. Like, hey, please take it. I don't want that shit. Please.
Jose, you clearly haven't seen the circular for Black Friday. The Dollar Tree is featuring the Adele record prominently in the mailer. So
that's how they wrap like the Christmas thing is just putting inside of it.
Yeah, this is the stuff people use to start their barbecue pits. Is the Dollar Tree circular and the Adele record, if that's kind of your thing.
I've seen it in Salvation Army or whatever. I saw it, the Adele one. Oh, getting there.
I will say this: before we cut off of that, I watched a video today that talked about the Walmart Black Friday vinyl situation, and the Adele record was featured prominently, and they want to get $13.99 out of that bad dog. So they're still trying to wring out every little drop of the towel, but I don't think they're going to have a lot of conversion on that one. So just a guess.
Well, it was probably like $1 to get pressed. So
no, they did 500,000. They cost more than $1.
They did closer to $1 million.
Was it $1 million?
Yeah, they were like $1 million. I'm very, very confident with almost $1 million.
Michael Tedder is here, and he says Rebo should do the voting thing with the Hi-Fi series. Just a thought. I agree. Rebo should do that. I think we will send them a comment card, and we will get that moving because we are the show of influence. All right. So now the other thing we're going to talk about before we wrap this segment up for the pod, before we go to the freestyle, is it's a little game. And again, Spins Vinyl is doing some great stuff on the B side. So he's really pushing me to either let my creative juices flow or just make up a bunch of shit and throw it at the wall and see what sticks. So this segment is called All Day or No Way. So I'm going to ask our vinylists here, our dais, just some random things about record collecting. And the answer is a simple one. All day meaning, yeah, I do that, or I believe that, or I think that's a great idea, or no way. As in, it's a bad idea genes. It's a very simple concept. I know some people have had a hard time digesting even just a simple fact of the A side and B side. So I think we're still going to have some people that don't get this, and that's okay. But we're going to try it because we've got space to fill, my friends. All right, so Arnaldo, I'll start with you, and I need to pull up my little notes here because I had some wonderful ideas. I might even have to pull up my phone. There's my notes. There they are. All right. So Arnaldo, all day or no way? I think I know the answer. Ultrasonic cleaners. Using ultrasonic cleaners to clean your records. Is this an all day or no way?
So it's funny. There's times when I spend all day cleaning records in front.
Well, no, that doesn't mean all day in terms of time, but it's perfect.
I know, but it's funny. All day, yes. All day.
All day.
Wait, why will you clean your own records if you can pay $8 to clean them? Somebody can clean them for you.
Josh has a wonder. Josh, that's a great service that Hi-Fidelity Records offers. That's a great transition. See, Jose, I'm telling you, check your email tomorrow, Josh. You're going to have so many sales waiting for you. It's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all day, literally, just like Arnaldo, all day, but mostly for other people. Where I have the KL audio with the little deal that has the 5 changer on it, which is like a
Oh, that's a breeze, I guess.
Oh man, it's like Ron
I'm
Popeil
still
said
old
it,
school,
edit,
pouring the water inside the top. When I showed it to Chance, like, you have to pour the water on top. I was like, yes, unfortunately, I have to do that.
So Arnaldo has the humming guru, and it looked like a high school science experiment. You got this little tray of water. You got it. I'm like, and again, I'm not flexing because I got a degritter 1. I don't have a degritter 2 or the big thing, but Phil Collins has now entered the chat according to our friend Mr. Rowe.
You pour the water on the top? What?
right.
All right. Well, that one wasn't too bad. So, Jose, I'm going to give you this next one. All day or no way. Japanese pressings. This is an easy one. Japanese pressings.
I do buy a lot of Japanese press. So,
okay. So how would you answer this call?
I did it all day.
All day.
All right. Excellent. See, look.
I will say that the reason I buy Japanese pressings, not all the time, but there are some, they're normally very clean. They're normally very well taken care of. Like you never see like not even like a VG situation with Japanese pressings. Some of them are cheaper than non-Japanese pressings. And for the stuff that I collect, there are, well, in jazz, there's a lot of Japanese-only releases, even Miles Davis, Don Cherry, you know. So I think...
Jose, you've said Don Cherry now twice. Is this the only jazz musician you know? Because I think people are going to question your authenticity since you've brought up Don Cherry twice now.
No, but that's the type of jazz that I normally...
I'm just giving you shit.
Like Milford Graves, stuff like that.
How do you respond to Arnaldo real quick? How do you respond to this? Dimebag Dave has a comment. I throw them in the old hot tub. Do you think that's a good idea with your vinyl to throw them in a hot tub?
Yeah,
First of all, I'm impressed you have a hot tub, Dave. That's great.
With the chlorine, it'll come out nice and squeaky clean.
Well, I will say to Novice Nick about his. You know, I'm the type of motherfucker that goes to their amplifier, gets the knob that says bass, and do this.
Jose, that's scheming. That's some scheming stuff.
But
oh my God.
I know it's controversial to use the settings on your devices.
Yes.
But I you know, if a record needs a little more bass, you know what I do? Instead of yelling at Mr. Bernie Grunman, I just do it. It's just like,
wow, Jose, you're killing your enemies right now with this slander, straight slander. All right, Mr. Rojas, next one. So I think you get the idea, right? All day or no way. Oh boy, this is a good one. Pre-ordering vinyl from the band or artist store. Pre-ordering the vinyl from the artist or band store.
The answer is no way. Just look at this. No way.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely not. No way.
What are you showing us? This looks like is this an advertisement for Pito's Monthly? What is this?
This is Garfunkel, and guess what? Garfunkel
Jr. has entered the chat. Can you believe this? This is rough.
For a fact, that motherfucker, like, he just...
Man, that
looks so bland. Like, he listens to like the blandest shit ever.
Oh man!
So the answer is no way. No way.
He just dug in that cornhole and he's trying to figure out what he had for dinner last night. That's terrible.
Well, actually, here's the better picture that they should have used together. If one of them, holding the dead rat or something, that would have been the one. So
and they wonder why Art Garfunkel never amounted to anything after Simon Garfunkel. It's hard to say.
Answer is no way.
No way.
Don't do it.
All right. Thank you, Jason. That was a good one. I've got the drop for that one. Now, Josh, since you are the guest, I wanted to give you – this is a good one because as a business owner now you pack – as somebody who's bought from you before, you pack Chef's Kiss. So this probably doesn't happen in your business, but as a record collector yourself, this might happen. All day or no way returning an online buy for a seam split or a corner ding or another jacket issue. Is that all day or no way?
Yeah, well, it just depends on what you were sold, right? like on my website, I look at it and I grade it and I put the grade on there. I'm not leaving it up to, I'm not leaving it up to your imagination, and like you said, it's all about you packing it. People, they'll blame it when they'll say, well, the postal carrier, they carried it. They were rough with the package. You know what I mean? I'm not giving you a refund. Well, your job as a seller is to pack it. And, I just pretend that they're going to kick it around when I ship something out. I just pretend. So I pack it in a way that if they get rough with it, which I know that they very well will, that it's not going to get damaged. So, if it's described as near mint, it arrives with a seam split, and you got to ship the records outside of the jacket. I mean,
thank you. That was one I considered in this thing, but thank you. That's the way to do it.
You got to do that too. So you know what I mean. Order from reputable sellers, and you won't have that problem. Order from people that you trust. Find you some people that you trust.
Yes.
Have them source stuff for you, and you're going to be golden on that. So, I'm going to send that shit back all day.
All day, baby.
All day.
Thank you. All right, all day. All right, let's do one more round of this. Arnaldo, I'm going to go with you on this next one. And this is a tough one. I was going to give you the seam split one, but I already knew the answer on that one. All right. Arnaldo, and maybe this is too close to comfort. You can tell me if we need to give you a different one. So, all day or no way, buying or selling from or to people with less than 5 transactions or reviews. So think you're on Discogs and it's some noob. Are you scared or are you going to avoid it? So is it all day you'll buy, you don't care? Or is it no way, that's too much risk, they don't have their teeth cut? What do you think?
All day. I mean, someone's got to start from somewhere.
All day.
Right? I mean, we all started that we had no
zero.
feedback.
That's right. You started from the bottom. Now we're here.
If no one's ever going to give you a chance, how are you ever going to build feedback?
That was not the answer I expected, but I like it.
I do look at if they have negative comments, not so much the feedback.
We got Arnaldo. We got a lot of contentious people. We got Elliot Cruz saying, "Don't do it." Chilled Pint has some dice. I think that means it's a roll of the dice. KRWD, it's a gamble for sure. So I think there's a lot of skepticism. Where you're coming out on the optimist side, we've got a lot of skepticism. Unbelievable. This is good. This is what makes this country. All right, Jason Rojas. Jose, I think, is taking a toilet break, so I'll bump him in this one. Jason Rojas, the next one. There he is. We'll come back. We're going to do Jason. We'll come back to you. All right, Jason, all day or no way. This one I specifically teed up for you. Buying the latest Beatles reissue because it's the Beatles. All day or no way. Phil Collins has re-entered the chat, everyone. This is
The answer is no way. Look at Phil Collins. Look at that look.
No way. Keanu agrees. No way. I think, and Phil Collins clearly with, is that resting Phil face? Is that what that is? Resting
yes,
Phil
that
face.
is. It's kind of amazing.
You know that was kind of cruel to put up Phil Collins on a Beatles question, right? You know the story, right?
Oh, I know the story.
Arnaldo.
Sure, it's in his book. It's in his book.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of cruel.
Come on, I didn't read the book. Can you at least give us the Cliff Notes version, Arnaldo? You wet my whistle. Tell me the story, please.
Tell him the story. It's an interesting one.
Well, Phil Collins, and I hope Mazzy's gone. Otherwise, he's going to jump on me if I don't say it right. But I'll tell the story correctly.
Don't fear repercussion from the influences,
geez.
Arnaldo. Safe space is a safe space.
I think it went this way, where Phil Collins, huge Beatles fan, right? He idolized them when he was a kid. He had a copy of Shout by Philip Norman. That was probably one of the first books, right? Was it the book that he wanted signed by Paul McCartney?
No, the story I know about is that like they met backstage, and,
right? And he showed him the book, and I think McCartney kind of like, I don't want to say laughed at him, but kind of
big timed him.
Yeah. That's how I remember it. We're gonna have to inquire with Mazzy. He
So
probably
Phil Collins basically got dissed by Maka.
by Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, then now I feel bad because Phil Collins can have resting Phil face if that's how his heroes treated him. Because there's that scene, I've seen it, where he was a young man and he was in the audience at the Ed Sullivan, right? Or it was like a black and white show for the Beatles, and there was little Phil Collins. So now I feel differently about Maka hearing this. That's terrible. All right, Josh, we'll give you one more, and then we'll end with Jose. Jose is now bringing out animal props. So, Josh, I guess, all day or no way. This is a good one. And I think I already know the answer. Opening new records when the first week. So that means you bought a new record and you open that guy. One, because you want to play it, or two, because you don't want to like let it sit and then you open it 3 months later and it's warped or it's the wrong record. So all day or no way, you open a new record inside the first week.
Most of the time. Sometimes I get bogged down with, business and stuff, so it has to sit for a minute. But yeah, typically, man, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna all day that for all the reasons you just said. I want to make sure everything is tip top and we're not having to deal with any sort of return customer service situation and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah,
I
man,
like it. All day.
All fucking day, as far as I know.
That's right. Boom. All right, Jose, that was really the drop. I should have waited for you. But the last one, Jose, I'm using it. And this is a good one. And it's Jose. This is inspired by you. All day or no way. Bringing records to trade at record shows or record fairs. Jose, is this an all day or is this a no way? I already know.
It's an all day. I think that
All day.
if you're looking for more than usual expensive stuff, I think a great way to make an opportunity out of a situation is to tell the seller, hey, I actually have this other record that maybe might not be the same. Maybe it's a little bit on top. You have to know how to trade, because if you're bringing like, I don't know, like a fucking
You're bringing
Beatles
Phil Collins records, you're probably not going to get the gravy, right? Yeah.
No, So my suggestion is always bring some stuff that a dealer might be interested in, and you might get like a discount or something along the ways, because that way the seller thinks, oh, I'm not letting my best records, leave just because you're leaving, but I'm getting something in return as well that I'm gonna sell as well. So like I think that's better, because they take money, but you take their record they could have sold for a lot of money. But if you give them money plus a record they might want, it's a double win for them. They got money and they got something else that they could sell for a little more. But you have to, again, know how to trade, because if you are thinking, oh, I saw this record sells for $200 on Discogs, you're not going to get $200. You're going to get $150, $100 to $150 for a trade. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. Well, Jose, there's only one drop I've got left for that one. Excellent answer. Bill and Ted both agree. Dana Kimbowitz is coming at me. He's coming at the king, and he says, this segment, is this all day or no way? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if this was going to be received as well as Record Shop or Smoke Shop, one of our other segments. Jason, you've got is that a sad man? What is this picture?
This is a response to Kimbo, right? Like that.
Yeah, afraid of Americans.
Right.
Yeah, this is when David Bowie lost a really bad bet with Trent Reznor, and Trent Reznor. Yeah, I remember that video. That was pretty intense.
That's a hell of a turtleneck.
I know, right? Look at that.
Only Bowie could get away with that.
I mean, that goatee, right, on Bowie is woo.
Yeah, when he had that was a weird goatee moment in the annals of
That's worse than Garfunkel's son's facial hair. That was like an atrocity. That was worse than Garfunkel. That was worse than the actual Garfunkel. His fro he has. He was like, how could I upstage my father's awful fro? He was like, let me do this shitty
diamond goat right on the chin, a little whisper.
Right.
All right. Well, guys, I don't know if that segment will be coming back, but it's always good to try things. I think, again, is it reaching the peak of record store or vape shop? I don't know. I think that probably peaked our creativity. But hey, we got to try new things. Spins Vinyl is pushing the boundaries and pushing me to be more creative. And here we are. So we're going to close the podcast piece where we kind of be serious. We'll do our close, and then don't stick around. Freestyle, you know how this goes. I think most people here know how we roll things here. But Concert Buddy, I want to thank you for humoring us on the subscription model conversation. I want to thank my guests, Jose Moreno Ron, Katy Perry's numero dos fan. Jose. And Jose is a speechless because he's a big Katy Perry fan. Arnaldo, Arnaldo, the channel again, Fidelius_frequency. Arnaldo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Jason Rojas, Mr. 4K, the bad boy of the vinyl community. Jason Rojas, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Concert Buddy. Woohoo!
You know, every time that Jason shows that record, I'm going to show this.
You got your own competing record?
Oh, there we go. Wow.
I think that's by the American Shoegaze band, Psychedelic Horse Shit. I don't know. I can't tell.
To be released on the MoFi DSD Daddies Club.
Ooh, one step coming at you. Flava. And
Jose, you got yourself a pretty beat up copy, I see.
They all look like that. And then last but certainly not least, our guest for this presentation, Josh Norrid. The website and the business is hi-fidelityrecords.com. Josh, I'm so glad you could join us, sir.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you guys. It's been good. It's been enlightening like this. It's a nice diverse cast of characters, and yeah,
we get that a lot. We get characters a lot. You know, we're not like a super serious show like other folks out there, and we're also not like, you know, the morning zoo, right? So we're kind of like, I don't know, in between. That's what
like
the post primetime players.
Ooh, I can roll with that. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and boom. All right, let me switch over. This is where we go, and this is where the costume change takes place, where I just do this really high.
Wyoming Dave jumps in. That's what you mean.
I don't think Dave asked to be on it, so we're gonna go freestyle. I changed the little logo. It's freestyle, y'all. Now, didn't really have any kind of ideas because that's why we call us the freestyle. But Jose was asking, and Arnaldo, if you'll please humor us. Arnaldo has a horror story that he is currently embroiled in with Discogs, and when he's kind enough to put me up in this place not too long ago for the WFMU extravaganza, I got to see it firsthand. I heard the story,
Witnessed it, and you witnessed it.
I was like the Zagruder tape. I was filming a reopening. So Arnaldo, can you share with the folks at home?
The old lady in the tape.
Yeah, share with the folks at home the Discogs hell you are currently going through.
So a little over a month ago, I sold a record on Discogs. Really hard to find record. Should we name it, Chance?
This is your story. I'm going to let you paint. Let painters paint.
Leave a little bit of mystique. It's a sealed record, perfect mint condition, and ship it in a Acoustic Sounds mailer.
Beautiful mint.
Prior to that, the battery of questions. Does it have any seam splits? Does it have any corner dings? Does it have any dents? Answered no. Here are all the pictures. I took pictures of every possible angle of this record.
All right, Arnaldo, so we got a couple things real quick. The people want to know. Sean, can you please name the title?
I can show it. How about that?
We'll
leave it up to the big reveal, right?
All right, so he's going to show it, and I'm going to answer this one. Vinyl and Kicks 86 says, Arnaldo has a lot of bad luck with the records. This is on the other side. Usually you're hearing his stories from the consumer end. This is where he's selling. So you know he's going to take all types of precautions. You've heard how.
Because I feel for all of these records that arrived.
Exactly.
And, and by the way, there's 73 people watching. Can we get some thumbs up here?
Oh my God, Arnaldo, you are. I mean, that is exactly what we needed to hear right now. This is unbelievable. I mean, come on.
We gotta. When you're watching a good movie, right? You gotta insert the commercial break every now and then. So we gotta leave it hanging.
You know, it's funny you said that because the one time I put commercials in this, I went into the YouTube studio and I said commercialize it before we air. people hated it because we'd be talking in mid conversation. Here comes an ad for Viagra or, you know, a political campaign or something. So I got so much heat for that. Never again. So we've learned our lesson. So yes, Arnaldo, it's free. Please like, subscribe, go to Vinyl Community Podcast and leave us a review. We get hundreds of downloads on each show at a minimum, and we only got 23 reviews. Guys, I'm pandering here. I'm gonna get my cup, my shekels, go to iTunes, go to the podcast thing, and just say it sucks, it rocks. The Bleach Boys. I know you want to say something negative about me. Bleach Boys, I'll even take some reviews over there. So anyway, Arnaldo, please continue your story.
Okay, so send all the pictures that this person could possibly ask for. And I mean,
we're gonna show the title. Did you want to show the title?
At the end.
Oh, okay, sorry. Apologies.
So the spine, all 4 spines I show. Every possible angle. Completely satisfied. We have a winner. Sends the payment. Can you please make sure that you pack it really nicely? It's like, I got you. I'm going to use an acoustic sounds mailer. And he's like, oh, I love those. So this conversation was very fluid, going back and forth. And I do one more. It's like, I will upgrade you to priority mail. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. It goes out and the guy gets it in 2 days. Pack it nicely with a whole bunch of fillers, with bubble wrap, everything. Perfect.
Stiffeners, the works.
Everything. He gets it, commends me on the packaging in the email. Like, I'm not going to read. I read it to you, Chance.
No, you read it. It was like FTD bouquet. It was just like, you know, this guy was giving Arnaldo so many flowers on the packaging that you would have thought that this was a beautiful end to a beautiful story. But wait, that's not how it goes.
So this preamble about how an honest person I was.
Yes, honest. Yes.
And how well I packed it. And then at the bottom, he says, I'm going to have to pass because there's a production flaw in this record. And as I'm reading that, I'm furrowing my brow, trying to see where he's finding this flaw. And he said it wasn't noticeable in the pictures that I sent him, but it was a gatefold. It is a gatefold. In the fold, it's not perfectly aligned. It's peeking out a little bit like this. And I will actually show you. It's funny you say now that it's been brought to my attention. I actually got another title in the mail yesterday, and it has a very similar defect.
Right.
This case, it's even more pronounced.
But to call it a defect, I mean, it's just like...
It's not a defect. Plus, it's sealed. It may even, once it expands and the shrink is removed, it may fall back into place. They're heavy cardboard.
Well, yeah, the record's too like this.
Jason's in the middle of an earthquake real quick. Jason, you okay? I just want to make sure you're okay. Jason, were you the buyer? Is this a scam? Is it?
Okay, so
we'll get those records.
I tell the buyer, okay, I'm looking at my pictures, and you could clearly tell in the pictures that I sent you what you're pointing out. It was maybe off by 2-3 millimeters.
Yeah,
That's how much it was off by.
Yep.
Hey man,
So
mistakes.
I'm glad to accept your return. I said, if you want to send it back, please send it back in the same mailer, and please send it back priority mail as I sent it to you.
Kimbo was asking, we need names. Was it Mazzy? Was it Norman Masloff? It's okay. We can, this is a safe space, Arnaldo.
So I said, okay, fine. As long as you send it back priority mail, as I sent it to you in the same mailer and packed with the same care, I will return back your money back minus my 15% restocking fee, which is disclosed in my seller terms. Following email, totally different tone. Basically accusing me at this point of misrepresenting the record, and that he was not willing to pay the 15% restocking fee. And to that, I say, well, it's in my seller
T's and
terms.
C's, baby. T's and C's. Yep.
I said, I will also offer you this other alternative. I will give you a 20% discount if you decide to keep the record.
Or option 3, go fuck yourself. Pardon my French.
And he's insisting that he shouldn't have to do that. Okay. Goes quiet for almost 3 weeks. I figured, I guess he decided he's going to keep it. Lo and behold, the weekend of WFMU, a package arrives in the mail. And I was wondering, here comes the Acoustic Sounds mailer. Why do I have a feeling that something is up?
And it's funny because we're moving around New York and stuff.
And I tell Chance, you got to do me a favor. Can you please record this as I'm opening it? And Chance is already like, well, he's always going to say that you repackaged it. Now you're pretending to open it.
Yeah, listen, I'm a cynic.
Like,
I've heard them all.
You know what? Let's just do it. Hits the record button. I open it, and there's no. I was worried about the seam splits. No seam splits in the record. However, I notice, as Chance can attest, and we did this live, all filmed live.
We were going to do a YouTube live even. We were going to let everyone see this just debacle. Cool.
The record is no longer fully sealed. It's like as if they wanted to see what it was like inside, and a part of it, smack in the middle,
on the mouth of the jacket,
is slightly open in the middle, and right in that same spot there is now, I want to say, a dent, right? A dent. And I was annoyed by that. And then Chance, Eagle Eye, further inspects the record and spots another bend on a corner. It's really tiny, nothing that
look, if this guy wanted to go play games, he'd play with the wrong person, because I will find everything wrong with that record. Trust me.
Chance, and I was like, Chance, is it possible I had it? We go back to my pictures, the original pictures, and we're like, no, it wasn't there. So, no warning. Hey, I'm sending back the record. I'm okay with the 15%. Or, hey, I'm sending back the record. I'm going to dispute it. No communication. I get this record in the mail 3 weeks later without even knowing it, that he was returning it, because he never responded to my offer, whether you want 20% back if you're keeping it, or you return it and I refund you minus the seller fee and the restocking fee. And so I reached out to Discogs a week ago to find out how I'm supposed to deal with the situation, because my record is a very expensive record, and I can no longer, in my good conscience, as a reputable seller, list it as a mint record.
Because it came back less than the way you shipped it out. That was
right. If someone sent me a record saying that it's mint in that condition, I would say you misrepresented it. You overgraded. That's how I am. No one has ever ever had a problem with any of the things that I've purchased, that I've sold, and I have 100%. I have 100% feedback. So Discogs, a week has gone by. They have not returned any my email. They have not answered my.
Has he opened a PayPal dispute?
He has not. And I reached out to PayPal. I called PayPal and I explained the whole situation. And they said, well, you're in a very particular situation where if they don't open a dispute, they can always go through the credit card company that is funding PayPal and draw the money out from your account.
Wait, but I have a question. Like, how long was this initially? Because, there's only 3 months that he can do it.
Well, it's a little over a month. I think the sale happened on October 6th or something.
Well,
and
you can either wait.
But there's a chance that he may go reach out to the credit card company, and then he'll just complain and say, this seller sent me a damaged record or damaged and doesn't want to refund my money. And he could say, I want my money back, and they will refund. Yes, they have to reach out. They have to tell you, have you reached out to the seller to discuss this and resolve the situation beforehand? Otherwise, how many times have you guys disputed a credit card charge and it got refunded to your account?
It's usually advantageous for the buyer.
Right.
That's kind of we were talking about this before we got on about Discogs. One, their communication is from a customer service lens is not good.
Well, I don't know if you knew, but you can block people on PayPal.
Well, let's put it out to the gallery and ask them, should I just go ahead and refund minus my seller fee and eat my my restocking fee and eat the damaged record now, which I can no longer list at that price?
My suggestion would be, at least for me, right, to wait for the 3 months so he can't dispute jack shit, and then send him the money minus the restocking fee and whatever fee you think it's fair, because the motherfucker put a dent on it and it's now not a mint record, so he degraded your record. So if your thing was 15, now it's probably like 30, right? And you upgraded his. What?
What were you saying?
I was saying, like, he sent you the record back,
right?
And it with a dent, so now it's not mint, now it's near mint or BG plus, and because of that, the value you can sell your record for has decreased because it's
of course, that's my whole point.
Yes, so my suggestion would be to wait for the whatever thing. Wait till he makes a move.
Well, he hasn't. I've had the record now. Saturday is 2 weeks, and he hasn't even reached out and said, "Hey, did you get the record? When are you going to process my refund?" Because I think he's up to something. He's up to scheming something else. No communication from him.
Well, I'll ask you something, because it happened to me once. Are you sure your record is your record? And now it's going to be something
yes,
dumb?
Yes.
Right.
I am almost positive that it is my record,
And
because I
asked,
compared the record to the pictures that I had sent, and there's one thing that I can see, the way the OB was folded. I could tell it's the same record.
All right.
I did have for a minute the doubt that it was a switcheroo, but yeah, I can exclude that. I don't think it's a switcheroo case.
So I'm going to start a poll here because we got a lot of different feedback. So we got a PB Thal. PB Thal came in and said straight up, what do you say? Hang on, there's so many. Send it back to him, he says. Send it back to him.
Yeah.
And Ellie Cruz says, refund minus the stocking fee and move on. New friend Wally, who I met at the WFMU show, he sent me a link to the Dave Chappelle skit. It says, wrap it up. So, we're getting all kinds of things.
I have a question. Can you, as the seller, open a dispute? Because you can, right?
No. Can you?
As a seller, I don't know.
Not as a
seller,
seller.
I don't think so.
I mean, with PayPal or Discogs? PayPal, obviously. Yeah.
On PayPal, yeah.
No, on PayPal, no, because I spoke to the representative, and the representative said that that's a situation that we hear buyers complaining about products, but never a seller complaining about a return product.
I've had stuff like that happen to me on the audiophile group on Facebook. A guy bought a record from me, and he asked me a gazillion photos.
Jeffrey Beaumont, you're very close. I will reveal the title. Hold on a second.
Oh man, I just
very
started
close.
a poll, so people give us some feedback. I got. Here are the options, guys. The options are these. Hang on. What should Arnaldo do? Arnaldo, nothing. Wait for Discogs as guidance. I misspelled it. It looks Gadane. I'm new at this. Refund in full, or stick to the 15% restocking fee and the partial refund.
Is it the television?
Oh no, it's along the lines. He's going to go get it, but this is a record.
What does the poll say? What are the people saying?
So it's pretty. So we've got a whopping. Now we've got 82 eyeballs right now, and we've got 22 votes. We had 22. Now we have 21. I don't know how you have an unvote, but let's give it a little bit of time to cook, and we'll share the results here shortly. But Arnaldo, do you want to reveal? And first of all, before you reveal this title, this is a title that was a good flip back, and what I mean by that is Arnaldo made a good return on this, and so the fact that it came back damaged has now cut him off at the kneecaps, because now he can't get the same kind of return that he would have got had Jabroni Jones just accepted this great record as it is. So Arnaldo, hang on, guys. I got a sound effect for this, and you guys are going to be so impressed, right? What is it, Arnaldo? Yes.
Oh man!
This is the car self-titled Rhino Hi-Fidelity. This is going for a pretty penny now, ladies and germs. And
you see, Chance, where it got opened right here?
Right. Yeah. So you can see that breathing room. It was not there. It was. Yeah. This is yeah.
And in that same spot, I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little dent, like right around here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey,
my suggestion would be wait for the
and then the tiny crease that Chance Eagle Eye found is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under the shrink, but again, when you
and the misalignment he was talking about is this. Yeah. This is the misalignment.
Yeah, it gets corrected the second you do it.
See how it's even here, it's like nice and flush. He was saying down here, it's misaligned. I misrepresented the item.
So Kevin, me, myself, and my vinyl says I have one of those sealed. Kevin, sell. I'm just telling
me, myself, and my vinyl. Is your name Dominic by any chance? Did you switch it? Did you switch it with mine?
Oh man! Ouch.
I'll say that I don't know if that human being has a brain, but when you have like a book or something, you can bend it like this. I don't know if you can see it, but
absolutely. One more. I'll tell you one more.
So our poll results, we've got about a third of the audience voted in this thing. Arnaldo, the Peanut Gallery says stick to your 15% restock and give a partial refund.
Okay.
Yeah, but
63% of the vote is pretty powerful.
So I got this in the mail yesterday.
And this is what Arnaldo.
If you do like this and
they're all like that. They're all misaligned.
Arnaldo is holding up the Road to Ruin from Ramones, another high-fi.
At this point, I am like so over all of the corner dings. I just got it yesterday, Jose. The corner dings I'm getting from Rhino.
When you open that one, record it and try to do this just to see if it aligns, because that's what it.
Jeffrey Beaumont says dings are mandatory on the Rhino Hi-Fi titles. That's actually now. I'm gonna be nice. First on this topic, Arnaldo had kind of a gem, because remember how bad the Rhino packaging was from the jump, and so to the fact that he got a unicorn, he got that first title from the Rhino series undamaged. So now this fool has now sent him a unicorn back. Who returns a unicorn, first of all? But he's returned him a unicorn with damage that Arnaldo cannot maximize his return. So I am Team Arnaldo on this one.
I had a pink unicorn. Now I have a white one.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
Now see, I like this. This is how I would approach it. This is a new friend, Orange Margin, says give no refund. Let the sealer do it.
But he's going to dispute it, and then what?
Yes, but you can.
Then I'll get bad feedback.
Yeah, but no. You're not going to get bad feedback because you didn't do anything wrong. It is very easily to get off with the feedback thing on Discord. My suggestion would be wait for him to do it, because what he's probably trying to do is like, I already sent him. He hasn't told me shit. And then you can reply like, please send me a screenshot of you telling me tracking number that you're going to send it to me. You have no information.
It's very telling what you say, because I looked up the terms that like the return terms. The policy is that the buyer should inform the seller that they're returning the record.
Correct, and that did not happen in this case. We were like Vinyl Matlock. This was our Saturday night in New York. We were literally, wasn't it Saturday or was it Friday? I forget. It
was Saturday.
Yeah, this is how you party down in New York if you're a record collector. We are about to stick it to this sumbitch because we're reading the Discogs terms and conditions. And now, Josh, as somebody who packs records eloquently, I'm sure there's got to be some chucklehead that's probably tried to pull a karate move like this, or maybe I'm wrong. Hearing Arnaldo's plight as a seller, if you're in his shoes as a small business owner, I mean, what are you thinking, and how would you respond to this?
Well, I actually have a Discogs story, and I got a hold of Discogs, and the only reason I did is because I went on a job interview in the industry, and I actually met this guy who's a higher up at Discogs, and I still have his email, and so that was the only way I was able to actually get anything done. But to touch on Arnaldo's situation, I mean, yeah, he's devalued it, right? And so just doing the restocking fee is not quite enough. I mean, I would just, I would probably say, hey, I'm gonna, I don't know, man. That is just so difficult. Arnaldo did say that he's for sure it's his copy, so it's not a switch out.
That was the first thing I said. I was like, did he send us back a different copy? And we feel pretty good because there was something else.
Because the misalignment is exactly the same as in the picture. That could have been too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, well, the bad thing about Discogs is, and it's this way with all of the third-party marketplaces, as a seller, you have very little recourse. You have to kind of say to yourself, do I have more money invested in this, or am I going to have more time invested in fighting this situation? I had a gentleman recently, I got in this classical collection from a gentleman here in Tulsa. He was the conductor of the Tulsa Youth Symphony, and a portion of the proceeds was going to go to the Tulsa Youth Symphony, right? To buy kids new instruments that, couldn't afford them, et cetera, et cetera. And so I have this guy, he buys a ton of these classical records from me in bulk on Discogs. He gets the first package. He says, man, you're a pro. I love the way you packed this. Blah, blah. Kind of like Arnaldo. He was giving me my,
flowers.
Giving me my flowers. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And he said, hey, I want to do another one. And I said, okay, hey, right on, let's do it. So he does another one. And we're talking each one's probably a $400 order. He comes back about 6 weeks later and he says, hey, I've decided this first order I'm not really happy with, decided I really want to, I need a partial refund back. And I'm just kind of like, what the hell? And I'm like, you told me that you were happy and then you ordered more, but now here we are 6 weeks later and you're not happy. And he told me up front he was going to resell them because I was trying, classical records are obviously hard to move. If he's got people that'll pay him top dollar, fan freaking tasket, take these off my hands because they're hard to sell, right? Yep. And so, it ended up to where I was like, man, this dude is, they're always going to favor the buyer.
Yeah, that's a great comment. Vinyl and Kicks 86 is unfortunately online sales are in most cases going to favor the buyer, and that's as a buyer that's good, but as a seller, especially like Arnaldo's case or like Josh is sharing here, I mean you're left holding the bag because you didn't do anything wrong. And like as somebody who's bought from Josh and as somebody who knows Arnaldo's a collector, like the care was taken. This is now somebody being indifferent or buyer's remorse or whatever. Maybe who knows. But it's a bunch of funny business regardless.
Well, the thing that bothered me the most was how he praised me about everything until he heard about the 15% restocking fee. Then his tune turned into, you misrepresented it. I cannot believe that you would, I thought you were an upstanding seller and all this and all blah, blah. And like kind of shaming me in the email that how dare I want to charge him 15% restocking fee.
I think that you should have stuck with hey man, that's how they manufacture the record. It's in the photos. And
that's exactly what I told him. I said, all of these Rhino titles, I went back and I looked at some of the other ones and I'm like, they're all pretty much, they're not perfect. And I just showed another one that I got, the Ramones. That's also slightly offset.
Jason, can you just accept Arnaldo's return and quit giving him a hard time on this record, please, Jason? Arnaldo's your friend. I can't believe you're holding him hostage like this. That's terrible.
My other suggestion would be to bluntly write him an email and say, hey, like I told you, the defect that you call, which is not really a defect, it's in the photos.
I did that. I did that.
I know, but you can write an email, say that, and then be like, you just send me the record. It appears that it's partially open, and it has damage on the record that was not there, as with the photos evidence. So please, I'm going to send this record back to you, and I won't take a refund because now the record is not as I sold it to you, and I don't want to be dealing with other people where I have to explain why it's partially open. So that would be my suggestion, because it's like, why would you have to take it? Either wait for the dumbass to make a dispute on
Dominic the dumbass, yes. Dominic the dumbass.
Yeah. Or either wait for him to make a move, and then, or just write him an email and say, you know what? I'm not going to give you the refund because you're acting very weird, and there's something going on here. I already alerted Discogs and PayPal, and I'm going to send you the record back, and I hope you enjoy it. The record, it's presumed mint because it's in perfect condition, but you've degraded the record. You ship it. You try to open it, and I don't appreciate that. It's a little off and a little weird. I'm going to send you the record, send you a tracking number. Please don't send it back. Fuck you.
And Jose, I got to interrupt you. We've got breaking news. Breaking news. We've got breaking news on the program. Dana Kimbowitz is here. He said he's looking for a sealed Kid Rock grits sandwiches for breakfast, if anyone has one for sale. So important stuff. Does anyone out there have a Kid Rock grits sandwiches for breakfast? Sealed. Thank you.
Well, tomorrow when Trump announces he's the Secretary of State or some shit like that, it's going to be mandatory for everybody to have one. So,
Chancellor of the Dark Arts.
Oh yes, for karate.
That's right. Oh, hang on. Now this is a.
That's a beautiful photo.
Jason, who painted that wonderful picture of Bob Ritchie? Bob Ritchie, everybody, is here.
Your next Secretary of State, right?
This is my name is Kid.
Secretary of Culture. Abroad, American culture, American heritage. There you go.
So one thing I did want to touch on real quick is Kevin, myself, and my vinyl says that there's one title on Discogs right now, the Cars title, sealed, and its seller has, quote, no returns on sealed items. This is exactly how I handle like my seller page, because here's the rub. If it's a record I bought and with the intent to flip, or if it's a record I bought and I just never got an opening and I want to move off of it for whatever reason, I can't control what's inside. And to me, and I always list my stuff near mint. I could say it's mint because it's shelf, four corners, all the good stuff, but I always do near mint. But I always say no returns on sale. And in fact, I go the extra step and I'll say, hey, thanks for your purchase. Would you like me to open this so I can ship it outside the record, outside the jacket, to prevent seam splits? Because that's the last thing I want is anybody crying that their sealed record that I shipped in a nice whiplash mailer, like exactly what Arnold was talking about. I didn't. So anyway, no returns on sealed records. That's the way to go. So Arnaldo, do you feel better about your situation, or do you feel like you've got some support here in the gallery that feels your pain, or what are you leaning towards? What is your what is your head telling you, and what is your heart telling you?
He's drinking.
Oh no, Arnaldo is relapsed on the sauce. Oh God, I can't believe it's come to this.
Well, people that know me well probably know that when I'm right, I don't let things go very easily.
Yes. That is so. Oh my God, that is the understatement of the year. Yes.
Just don't answer till the motherfucker do. And
I really don't want this to escalate negatively on my Discogs profile. nor do I want him to pull a slick move and put a dispute, and I have to, and then I have to refund him the entire amount. So I may take the advice of the majority of the gallery and just refund minus the 15% restocking fee, which is not bad if I disclose how much I sold it for, but still it devalued my record. And I didn't like his dishonesty about how he handled it.
And if he does open a PayPal dispute after that, you could say, I just did what's on my seller.
But
Arnaldo, he's just down in the whiskey, guys. I mean, Arnaldo's just really had.
No, it's just water. But here's my thing. I will for sure send him an email because I need to document the fact that he returned a record that is no longer the way it was, and he devalued my record. So I need to put it in an email or send him a message and say, hey, I received your record. You haven't heard from me and you haven't gotten a refund because I reached out to Discogs to know how to deal with the record that you sent me, which is not in the same condition that
Josh, thanks for joining us. I know you got to bounce.
Thanks, Josh. Sorry, we're taking up blabbing about this stupid Discogs thing.
No, yeah, good man. Yeah, good luck. I think you're going to end up on the right end of it, man.
The right end of history. That's what we look for. Josh, again, Hi-Fidelityrecords.com. Fresh drop today. There's some records, some Tom Petty, Mudcrutch stuff I saw caught my eye, so I have to go back and look at it. But anyway, Josh, thanks for coming in, bud.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, see ya. All right. Well, Arnaldo, I'm sorry this has brought you back to drinking, and you can resume your career as an alcoholic. Here we are. Sean, the Vinyl Dreams said, at this point, you have nothing to lose by giving him a partial refund. At least you have the record.
I did. I did lose value in the record. That's my point.
True. That's true. Now our friend, I have to go back. Cesar, he said, that's a lot of work. Just refund with the money and move on. You win some, lose others. Oh, this is a life lesson. This is some personal coaching, Cesar. Don't waste your precious time, Arnaldo. You can be using that time looking for new records. That's
yes. Can we also give another piece of advice regarding Discogs? You told me no returns on sealed records, which I updated my terms as per that. But also another.
Big Chris says you must be an Italian, and that is so true.
Let it go. I don't accept, for people that cancel orders because, I made a mistake. Oh, that's not the record I wanted. Oh, I found it some other way. Can you please cancel my order? Any order that is canceled on behalf of the buyer, they're going to have to eat the PayPal fee because I discovered PayPal does not refund you their fee if you cancel the transaction. You're stuck with it.
Yeah, so that's what, 3% generally?
I don't know. I think it is 3%. I don't remember.
3% that you got to take it in the shorts on that one. So anyway, well, we hope if anything else, obviously besides being entertained, that you've learned that if you are selling records on Discogs right now, go set your terms and conditions. No returns on sealed records, restocking fees, all these things, because I was sharing with Arnaldo, I shipped a record. I shipped that, actually, the ZZ Top box set that I saw somebody, I think it was Jeffrey Beaumont, mentioned in the chat. And I shipped it, and rookie mistake, I didn't insure it, nor did I use like FedEx. I did medium mail, dummy. And everything was going fine. I was going to Florida, got to Florida. I was like, this thing's done deal. Next thing I know, it's in Puerto Rico. It left the continental United States and went to Puerto Rico for some reason. So now I'm sweating. And then I was like, oh, God. But it was on me because in my terms and conditions, I didn't say anything about you got to pay for insurance over X amount. So, again, we all are learning through this game called life.
I don't think any of you are learning. What the thing you have to learn from this is fuck Rhino Hi-Fi Fidelity.
Oh my God, Jose, we are not trying to bite the hand that feeds.
They got bad juju, on that shit. It's like if you're trying to resell Rhino Hi-Fi.
But they did. It did arrive in a Whiplash mailer. They have upgraded their mailer. But it must have been tossed around by FedEx so many times that
somewhere,
You know what? At this point, I don't even hold my breath anymore with Rhino when I open the mailer. I'm already expecting something. I'm just like, hopefully it's not as bad as I thought.
By the way, just to circle back with all this Rhino thing, I was going to buy the Stooges one. I don't know if it's sold out already. I'm guessing it might be. But I will say that all the reviews I've been reading on the Stooges one, the Stooges one, they all say this is the best fucking copy I've ever heard. My pants are full of shit. But they all they all say that they've never heard the original one.
So this is unfortunate because like I was just saying nice things about the improved packaging, but Arnaldo, it's another toe stub on it. Both copies had toe stubs, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna
consigliere for Rhino Records. Norman Maslow says the Stooges has not sold out. So we need to do something about this packaging.
A Jason one here, and I'm gonna say fuck you, Rhino, and I'm gonna keep my beautiful original pressing.
Is that a 10-inch? That looks tiny, unless you have a giant head. All of us. Okay, there you go. It was blending in with the background. Was it?
Yes. So I'm very happy with my copy. If I hear this one, it sounds better. I would get a copy, but every single review of every single fucking audiophile record I keep seeing, it's always this is the best this record has ever heard. I don't know the original, so somebody please let me know if I fucked up. And no one ever replies. So who the fuck knows if it's good or not? So
I'm making a video about it actually.
I didn't want to give away the throw the baby out the bathwater, but yes, Jason has shared. There's a sound lab experiment going on right now. And
okay. Yes, I just got it yesterday. I got both of them yesterday. I do have an original of Road to Ruin, but I don't, of course, have the Ramones one. I mean the Stooges one.
Where's Jason copy so I can.
All right, hold up. I'll get it for Jose. Hold on.
Oh, Jose, you're just throwing cookies at the caged animal.
I believe I have another pressing that he does because mine doesn't have the Stooges logo.
So you got the red Electra label.
Yes, which is the rare one, and there's another one.
That's the rare one. Okay.
Yeah, this is the rare one. Yeah, and the one with the Stooges one. So
I didn't know Jason was that big of a Led Zeppelin fan.
No, he has a promo one because that has the logo on it.
What are you talking about, hombre? What you talking about?
Oh,
step down. Step down.
Wow.
It is in there. I can see it. No, it doesn't.
No, Jose, you just got served. I don't know what else to say.
No, because I don't need it to be a promo, but I doubt that it's gonna be the Rhino one is gonna be better. I don't think.
I'm gonna say something since I'm not on the Tone Poets Society, like I'm banned, right? You know, too many hate things on Kevin Gray. As you know, Kevin Gray, he mastered this thing, right? He's their boy, right? All I can say so far, like not all cuts hit as hard as this, but then some cuts are okay. But it's like a very minor thing. Like, and I'll make a video and like we'll listen to it together. I think that's the most important thing. Enough of the talking heads, we'll just listen to it, right?
I will say that the drums, I have 3 other reissues, and the drums on the original one, they just sound like real, and all the reissues sound like weird, you know. But again, I keep reading the reviews, and everybody's like,
where are you reading these reviews? Where on the dark web are you reading the reviews?
Everybody's like, if I had Kevin Gray in front of me, you know, but I don't. No one has the original.
So Jose, they're saying it's bad.
No, they're saying it's amazing.
Oh, is it saying it's amazing?
I mean, of course you would say this was amazing because, like, if it sells out, then you can sell this for $300, right? And then you just bend that corner for Arnaldo, you know. Damn. You know?
Yeah, so when Arnaldo wants it, just
Too soon. Too soon.
No, but for real, I don't know if
It's not working. There you go.
There it is.
I might buy it. I don't know. It's weird that it hasn't sell out.
Well, the common audiophile doesn't know this record. They don't know this record. They're not familiar, you know?
And like Josh said, I think some of the flipping has probably subsided a little bit. I think people have been holding on to some of the cards too long.
Everyone knows at least one song for that Stooges record. It's in a fucking Disney movie soundtrack, the Cruella de Vil, whatever the fuck the name in English is. It's in that movie. So who doesn't know that song? And who buys the Cars record over that one?
Long day, Bobby.
I'm just saying, you should buy it, whatever. You know, it's cheap now. You know.
I'll think about it.
You know what? Later.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And you don't want to buy it from Arnaldo, you know.
You don't from a mean Discog seller like Arnaldo who will just scam you. Yeah.
You should block him on Discogs as well.
I should what?
Block him on Discogs.
Oh, well, what's the fun of that? I want him to. He's never going to. Well, if you block him, then I won't get any messages from him.
Yeah, Arnaldo likes the message. That's his favorite part of this. Not the will I or won't I or how will this resolve itself. He just wants to get these enlightening messages of collecting shame and I thought you were this man of highest integrity, but you're just sewer dog and all kinds of this insane stuff.
See, Mazzy's doing it right there.
So I'm gonna tell him myself. So when those two titles, Road to Ruin and Stooges, came out, I bought 2 of one of the titles. I'm hoping, because I do like to speculate a little bit, but now I'm starting to wonder if I bought the wrong double up. I bought 2 of the Ramones. But now, you think I fucked up? I should have got the Stooges.
Yeah.
Well, also, if certain people who I may re-gift to later don't watch this, it was also potentially a re-gift down the road. But yeah.
I mean, again, what I'm saying here, do you see what like Mazzy's doing other people on Discogs? They're going to praise this. It's going to sell out. Then people are going to flip it. This is already a game. Rigged. It's contrived.
With Rhino.
Jason, do you have 8-track equipment? Kimbowitz has a 8-track. If we can add that to the mix, because that is that's raw dog tape, as we call it in the.
Right, Kimbo, I'm going to put it in my DSD machine. Gonna extract every little thing.
But with Rhino, you don't know. They may just do the unnumbered version, and then there goes your rarity.
Did the Black Sabbath #1 drop in price?
Oh, the Master of the Reality?
I don't know.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the original.
Did it drop in price?
I would bet a left testy on that one, because that was one I was telling anybody that had a second copy, move off of it, because once they did the unnumbered, I bet you it tanked. Let's take a look. I'm in Discogs.
And my questioning is genuine, because I again, with reissues, I feel it. Okay, yes, it's better to buy one at normal retail price if the new one is $35, $40. How much is the Rhino one?
$40.
$40. What? 30?
40. $40.
If it's $40, I mean, I pay less for my original.
Oh no!
Well, it's down to $38.
Oh no! Well, hang on. So the that's the unnumbered. Now,
wait, sure? Am I looking at the wrong one?
The numbered one. There's one.
Numbered.
There's 49 copies available of the number one, and $64.99. I can tell you, folks. Humble brag. I got way more than $64.99.
So did I.
So, what's that saying? Buy low, sell high. Yeah, this is but I don't know about future release.
Cry then, cry now. That's what.
Cry always. Cry always.
Cry always. Yes. But so I'm pretty sure that the Cars one is going to get reissued at some point. The Stooges one, Rhino's repress that shit almost consistently every 2-3 years. So, and I have 2 copies. I have like a 2010 one. I have like the Rocktober one. I have this beauty, and they all sound like shit.
Yeah, so this is the numbered one, and here we go. Yeah, $64.99 is the cheapest. So the last one sold November 6th. Let's see here, Bebop Boobop. So the last one sold, yeah. So it's yeah. This is the game we play, guys. That
looks horrible. 131, and then one motherfucker bought it for 69.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't even know, like, if they even have what we'll call the good old days of when you're getting cranked. Yeah, I mean, you're easily clearing $100 on this guy. And like one of my little things I try to do is if I do a double up and the intent to flip, I at least try to double up so I can at least get my copy for free. That's like the minimum, right? But this was good eating, as we like to say. This was a good eating title.
Oh, holy shit!
What, Arnaldo? Is this breaking news? What's going on here?
Okay, now it's pissing me off.
What?
I'm browsing through the cars, and I find the buyer selling a copy of the cars for the same price.
We've got a new development. This is a new wrinkle. This is a new wrinkle. I don't even know if I have audio for this. This is
he sent you.
Holy shit!
He sent you.
Can you believe this?
Can I share my screen? Can I?
So Arnaldo, what you're saying is that this particular seller who you're engaged in Discogs combat with,
he probably did exactly what you guys were suspecting. He did the switcheroo, and he's selling my copy, and he flipped it. Motherfucker! I never curse on here, fans.
This is a great ending, by the way. This is a
motherfucker.
But plot-wise,
the plot thickens. I don't even have music for them. I need a drop for this one because this is an unsolved mystery.
Go to pull it up. You gotta
pull it up. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Let's blast this guy. Let's blast.
We're going. Scorched
Earth.
Earth.
We're going full on now.
I'm
sorry. We're going full on. Someone's got to buy from him and do the exact same shit that he did to me.
Okay, hang on. I'm
just buying tacos now. I'm here.
Hang on, let me get.
Wow, that's crazy. That's nuts.
Look at these
man.
tacos.
And when it's just people that know me. I don't think bad of people. I always give people a benefit of the doubt, but it never dawned on me until someone said, "You sure it's the record? You sure it's the record that you sent him returned?"
All right, so what we've got here, ladies and germs, is this is the cars, this is the numbered, this is everything we've been talking about. This is basically the whole freestyle. It's been building up to this, and this is not a switch-o change-o on our end. This is a new development that Arnaldo has unearthed, and so what he is alleging, I got a little ledge here, is that our friend who is really putting Arnaldo through the ringer is now selling this title. So which listing, how much is our friend trying to get for his copy?
Exactly what I sold it for, $2.99. Scroll down. My Foolish Behavior.
Hang on.
Go up.
You already passed it like six.
Hang on.
Are you on the right one?
Yeah, right there. There he is.
My Foolish Behavior.
New seller.
Motherfucker.
Wow.
Screenshot that. Well, we have this evidence, I guess.
Yeah, you should screenshot it because you need to say to Discogs, hey, I think we got a true switch-o change-o. Where is that? Elliot Cruz had the quote of the line. Elliot Cruz threatened to put physical harm.
Wait, can you highlight the noting corners part? 4 sharp corners out of print.
Motherfucker. Sorry. This is pissing me off.
In bulletproof arrangement, volleying, whiplash. Can you see what else he's selling? I'm just out of curiosity. My Foolish Behavior.
Well, hang on. So I'm going to read this for the visually impaired folks. So our friend who Arnaldo is going to Discogs war with is a new seller. So it goes back to all day or no way. Here we go. And the listing says sealed with capital no corner dings, 4 sharp corners, out of print, without ubiquitous corner dings that plagued far too many copies, caused by the incredibly poor album mailers that Rhino employed. Mazzy, you got to send this to your buddies at Rhino. This is a world champion audiophile snob right here. Album package and quote bulletproof arrangement rivaling the vaunted Whiplash LP mailer. Boy, that's a mouthful. I mean, that is something else.
And in one of his many emails, he said, I have been searching high and low and for a perfect copy, and I thought that I found it. Oh my God. What?
Yes, let's all inbox the wanker. Now we're talking. This is how revolution
No,
started.
please don't. I want him to keep it on there. I'm going to screenshot this, and I am going to blast him to high hell. Man, you crossed the wrong Italian.
That's right, Bobby. Talk about smug. LOL. You're damn right.
Can you click on the motherfucker? I just want to see what else he's selling.
Oh my God. All right, Jose. Let's see here. Let's see. So no picture, which is always sketch. That's it.
He's selling only one fucking record.
What a 1050 shipping. Oh my God. This guy. Wow. 1050.
1050 shipping.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's messing with a made person. Arnaldo literally is calling some of his paisans right now. This guy's gonna have some broken legs. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Wait, can he do it with like Tony Soprano type?
Wow.
He went off screen. He's like calling someone.
He's getting more liquor again. Arnaldo fell off the wagon already. Now he's really gonna hit that sauce. Like this is sauce.
Should I give him a piece of his own medicine, buy from him, and then do another fucking switcheroo on him? Should I do that? Should I do that, guys?
Wait. What you can actually do is buy it, but don't pay for it. You know, because you can click on it, make the thing, and then just on the thing put, "Hey, you dumb fuck, it's me. Remember me?" That's what you can do.
Guess who's back? What's up?
You can actually put pay. What is it? Add to the card, accept, but you don't have to actually pay when you have to put your card. You just go to your messages and click on the thing. You don't have to pay.
So KRWD says, searching for a perfect copy of my ass. There you go. Yeah.
Well, what is that going to resolve?
He's not going to be able to sell it because you're buying it from him.
Jeffrey Beaumont is upset. He said, I'm pissed because I only got 120.
Yeah, then he's going to put a negative feedback saying that he never paid. He never paid.
Or just because you can report him as a scam.
So Big Chris has got this is checkers, not chess, right here. This is he says Arnaldo should buy
exactly what I thought.
The one the guy sent. Wow, unbelievable. Cesar says, "Don't mess around, Arnaldo. Just report him first. Then you can do the whole mess around. First, you got."
Yeah, but how am I going to report him? Like based on what?
I think you got to send this listing. You got to add to your follow up on that Discogs thing you sent in, I think. But wow.
Follow up? I don't even know. You send a message to Discogs, it goes into the black hole. It's like, how are you ever going to follow up on it? You know?
No, but just like I would do that.
We have a suggestion. Easy Now 27 says, give Bobby Gass's address. Hey, Bobby will shake this fool down. There's no doubt about it.
He'll go down with that fucking scooter and beat the fuck out of it.
Forget about it. Wow. Well,
if I send him an email to blast him that I caught him, right? He's going to take down the listing.
Correct.
No,
so I gotta play it.
Just buy it. Don't pay for it. Just make the order.
But if there's a better peanut gallery late at night for vinyl community content, I don't know who's better because we've got some great suggestions on how to remedy this.
He's in Virginia. I have his address.
Oh yeah, we don't want to dox anybody. I am doxing Buddy, but I don't want to dox anybody here. So,
no, Norman asked, "What city and state is he in?"
Oh, see, look, that's what I'm saying. We got the gallery ready. They got their chains. They got the lead pipes, and they're ready to shake this guy down. So, Jose, let's end this on a positive note because we are at time. Jose, can you tell us where did you get that? You even have a hype sticker? Mine didn't come with a hype sticker. I got to be honest with you, but
well, I got it from Permanent Records, and they had it with they love it so much. Look, they have a sticker on it and everything.
Jose, you know we saw Lance at WFMU.
Yeah, I know he was there.
He picked that out of the dollar bid.
Well, so that's
No offense to Jason. No offense to Jason. But I'm like, how much did he sell it to you for?
No, he didn't. No, I
that's what he
bought
calls
this
a quick flip. That's a quick flip, yes.
No, I bought it like a month ago. We got it.
Hang on, we have breaking news. Breaking news. I have to hit the music. I think we've got another breaking news situation, and I'm so ill prepared for. I have a drop for this. Where are you? Here it is.
Breaking news. Say the indie.
So, if you're interested in hearing from my foolish behavior on Discogs, we'll be a guest on the Rachel's Ghost Show tomorrow morning. So, I look for that exclusive interview with my foolish behavior only on the Rachel's Ghost Show. That's funny. So, Arnaldo, on a scale of 1 to 11, how angry are you right now?
I am livid.
You're holding it nice. Yeah. Eddie, you're right. This is a job for the Manosphere. Let's get a couple of those clowns, and they know a lot about records. Oh, man. Now the gallery is turning. First, the gallery was uniting behind Arnaldo, and now we've got some Matt Gaetz references. We've got some mob mentality situations going on. So
no, I would. So there's evidence of it. I would not pay for it, but do the order. Confront him directly, like, oh, are you selling? How's my copy doing over there at Virginia? Or sending him even with that. Hey, how's my copy doing over there in Virginia? Is it cold over there already? And then
did you get the Weezer album with the sweater? And can you wrap it up in the blue sweater, please? That would be so kind, so nice.
But I would do that because I'm pretty sure that he fooled you and
I didn't want to go. I didn't think that. I thought he dropped it while he was handling it. I didn't think that there are people out there that are looking to do that, just to make a profit. So
it's Black Friday. Somebody gotta sell that shit.
And to be pissed off at me for the 15%, restocking fee.
I think what he probably wanted was he was going to send it to you, and then he was going to do a PayPal case saying that he wanted you to give him something.
It's actually good. So Brian from Fort Worth, so he says I would call PayPal and let them know just so they don't try to take.
I did. I called them and they said there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, but this is new information. Again,
I know, but
don't send him a dime. Don't send him a dime. Fuck him. Keep the money. If they say anything, take screenshots of everything. There's this video now, and new seller selling the same thing. I don't know what he's trying to do, but if he does make a thing, just say, I caught this guy trying to do a scam. Here's a screenshot of the guy selling the record for the same amount, and I think he's trying to get money and then more money because he probably has another copy. So he's going to make $600 and you're going to get jack shit. So don't do anything. Wait for the guy to make the move. Or, again, place an order. Don't pay. Put, I caught you, piece of shit. And then fuck him. And so nobody can buy him. So you fuck him over because nobody can buy it from him.
That's right. This is a good way to close this. So Big Chris says we are putting the community back in vinyl community. And Chris, that is so true. That is so true. Well,
putting the C word on the VC. That's what it looks like.
well, this was quite the adventure, and this is a situation evolving in real time. It also taught me I need to have a couple more like crime, like unsolved mysteries, maybe a Bill Shatner kind of drop in here because literally the case is it's developing in real time. Jose,
And you should check your bank account just in case the guy already did the credit card thing.
oh, that's a fair
Meaning?
point.
That he probably
He may have tried to charge you back. He might have refuted on his end.
It would have been out of my PayPal account.
No, because it's your bank account directly.
But I have funds in my PayPal.
Oh, all right. I don't know
It
how
would deduct the PayPal balance first, and I would notice that the balance went below.
So Eddie, I'm going to give you the last word. Eddie's Physical Media Talk. My guy says, "United we stand. Record mailers shall fall." Eddie, that's a great way to put this. I want to thank everybody. We're gonna go off screen. We're gonna calm down Arnaldo before he literally gets the Casa Nostra involved because we don't need that on our heads. Rojas is showing us the great album by Paul, Simon, and Motherfucker. So Simon and Motherfucker, everybody, get this one with Sam Jackson.
looks better than the fucking Garfunkel.
It looks better than the Garfunkel boys. Yeah, I agree with that. Anywho, well, thanks for joining us. Surface Noise got real exciting, real quick here in the freestyle. I appreciate everyone joining in the gallery. Jason Rojas, Jose Moreno Ran, Arnaldo, La Cosa Nostra, Delius _ Frequency, and CONCERTBUDDIE signing off.
From the next stream, I'm going to be the Don.
Oh, the Don. Ooh.
Fat ring? Can you get a fat ring? Like,
Can you? Are you evolving from Mr. Negativity to the Don? Are we seeing what do they call that, butterfly effect? Is that what's happening?
can you imagine Arnaldo like chumping a cigarette? Like, fuck that guy.
Oh, Arnaldo's ruthless. I saw him at Rough Trade. I saw him in action. It was something. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate you. Next week, B-side. Check out Spin. A lot of these faces. Be good and be good.